Hey guys, welcome back. So today we are going to be doing a video that I wanted to do for quite some time. This one came from Instagram. You guys had voted on what you wanted to see. So today's video is going to be my top 5 men's fragrances. Super excited to talk about this and share this with you guys. Okay, so last night I was cooking dinner and my husband came up to me and I had given him the Penhaligon's collection, like the artist collection. I'll show you guys. I actually reviewed this in another video, but I gave this to him for Father's Day along with some other stuff. So I got him some other colognes, and I smelled on him the Lord George, and oh my god, you guys, it was so incredibly sexy, like amazingly sexy. I don't know if he like smelled all of them and then thought that he would just wear that one for the night because it smelled the best or what, but I take back anything I said about Lord George. Like, I'm actually considering buying a full-size bottle. It is that good. Like, I smelled on him and I'm like, ooh, it smells amazing. Not super projecting, but absolutely it's sexy. It's really good. All right guys, so these are in like no particular order. Someone had asked for a complete list of my top 5 on Instagram, and these are just not in order, okay? But the first one is gonna be Bond number 9 Wall Street. This fragrance to me just smells so decadent, so rich, so sexy. Like, if a guy's wearing Wall Street, I melt. It smells so freaking good. If you have smelled any of the Bond fragrances, I'm curious to know, what are your guys' favorite Bond fragrances? Let me know down in the comments. My favorite Bond for women's is Nolita or Madison Avenue, both very, very different. But Bond, you know, they're not super creative, but their fragrances just smell good. There isn't a Bond that I hate. It's not like Penhaligon's where I was like, ooh, I'm having a tough time getting into this. It feels designer, but it also doesn't feel designer. You know, the pricing just doesn't seem to fit the actual fragrance. Bond, I felt like, okay, yes, it's really freaking expensive, but it smells so good. And typically most of their fragrances last pretty long on me. I mean, Madison Avenue, I had sprayed that on and it lasted all the way to the next day. Same with Wall Street. My husband's worn it multiple times, and every time he wears it, I just swoon, and I smell it on the bed sheets the next day. I smell it on him the next day. So pretty much a 10 out of 10 from me. The next is going to be Burberry Touch. I've talked about Burberry Touch ad nauseum. Burberry Touch to me is one of the sexiest men's fragrances I've ever smelled in my entire life. Like, it is the hottest fragrance on a man. The next one we're going to talk about is Memo African Leather. This one is spicy, it's good, it's sexy. I also like the French leather too. And actually I have Slow Explosions. Let me just grab this for you guys. Okay, so this one's Slow Explosions by Imaginary Authors. This one, although it is niche, is actually going to be a little less expensive than the Memo fragrances for a reason. I feel like it's not as... Memo is just amazing. I'm obsessed with Memo. I want to buy the entire collection of Memo. I want to bathe in Memo. Memo is just good. You need it in your life. But this one, although I would not wear Slow Explosions for quite a few reasons, it's very, very leathery. I do not like leather on myself. But when it comes to like African leather, French leather, this smells more like the French leather in my opinion. With the rose mixed with the leather on men's skin, something about it just is super, super sexy. And I'm actually going to spray this on my hand because I want to talk about this real quick. So this isn't the one that I'm like referring to, but it's pretty close. To me, on a man, it smells good. On a woman, I'm not a fan of leather on women, and I'm not sure why. But this one on men is just so hot, so sexy. There's a little bit of like this warmness and sweetness to it. Same with the Memo. The Memo just has this like really sexy, like the leather note isn't like an old bag. It's more of like, or like an old couch. It's more of like this like refined, expensive leather, if you will. The next one is Parfum de Marly Eau Jaune. I've liked Eau Jaune since I very first started getting back into niche, and I smelled it and I was just like, this smells so good. What are we at now? Are we at 3 or 4? I think we're at 4. I'm gonna go above the 5, but so I lured you in with a clickbait title, and I'm gonna like actually keep going because there's so many good ones. Like Naxos by Xerjoff really took off and everyone's buying it. I think it smells amazing, but I think there's other ones out there that also are really good. Eau Jaune is a really, really good one. It's a little bit heavier, a little bit heatier, but extremely, extremely sexy. Anique by Eton Bob, fantastic. I would wear Anique any day, but it smells really good on a man. Fragrance du Bois Santal Complete, and actually Complete, sorry. Fragrance du Bois Santal Complete is a fantastic one, and actually I do have the Fragrance du Bois discovery set here, and I do have exciting news. I am going to a Fragrance du Bois masterclass this Thursday, so super excited for that. I'm probably gonna end up picking up a Fragrance du Bois scent when I'm there. And actually I have not smelled Solstice, so we're gonna spray this. I've actually like not smelled a lot of these fragrances that I have samples of, which I need to start organizing a little bit better. I'm not a huge fan of Cavallientert at the moment. Oh my god, this is really good. Anyways, we'll do a review on all this later. Let's keep going with our top 5 that has turned into like the top 80. The next one is Floricu Cricket Song. Absolutely love Cricket Song on a man. It is so sexy. It just smells so, so, so good. It's a little bit cleaner, a little bit fresher for guys who maybe don't want something super oody or heavy or dark or mysterious. They want something that's a little bit more like kind of playful, fresh. Cricket Song is a great one for you. The next one is Anything Initio Parfums. I melt when I smell anything Initio. I can't. I don't know what it is. It's something about the fragrance, the way it's blended. It's just so freaking sexy. Like if I was in my 20s and I was out at a bar and I smelled a guy who smelled like Side Effect or Psychedelic Love or High Frequency or anything along those lines, absolute aphrodisiac, I would be like, oh my god, like you could be butt ugly, and if you're wearing that fragrance, it's gonna bump you up like 40 notches. It's just such a sexy scent. If you love Initio, comment below. I'm curious to know what are your favorite Initios. I tend to like Initio for women as well. I wear all of the Initio, except for I do not wear Oud for Greatness. I just don't. And I don't wear, there's another one that's like, oh, I forget the name of it. There's 2 of them that I don't wear. Aside from that, I do wear pretty much the entire line. Just Box. I'm gonna be doing a full review on Just Box because I have had the sample kit for probably 6 months and just never gotten around to it. I have so many videos I have not gotten around to. So I need to review Night Flow, Use Abuse, and Cheeky Smile. Cheeky Smile smells kind of like macaroni to me, but the dry down's really good. Use Abuse is probably one of my favorites from Just Box. It smells so good. And then Night Flow has this like really interesting scent to it. You guys will see that in the review I do. I'll talk more about it. Anything Mason Crivelli, but I adore for men. I really like the Santal Volcanique. Absolutely amazing. And then that's my top 4 men. I feel like my top 5 is always changing, and obviously this was a lot more than 5. I have so many for like us to review together, and honestly like Montal has some really amazing men's fragrances. It's so hard for me to pick like 5. There's so many good freshies, there's so many good like fougères, there's so many good like just really random like niche houses that I can't quite do videos like this. Okay guys, so I just sprayed on Cavallientert by Fragrance du Bois and mind's blown. I don't know why I haven't tried this one before, or if I have, it just hasn't really like registered well. This one is, I have chills. This one is so good. It's kind of like a sweet, I don't even know how to describe this. Guys, I'm falling in love. I'm falling in love with Cavallienterprisesllc. This perfume smells incredible. I actually might be buying this one on Thursday when I go in because wow, this, I have chills. Like I literally cannot stop smelling myself. Has saffron, geranium, davana, and cinnamon as the opening. So that's the top notes. You definitely get the saffron. It's kind of giving me slight like baccarat, like a more kind of like earthy slash yellow floral baccarat. It's very, this is a very hard to explain perfume, and you'll see why in just a second. There's a lot of different notes in here. They're all blended fantastic. And I think what I love about this is the middle notes. So you have orange blossom, rose, jasmine, and ylang ylang, which are some of my favorites. Like that's 4 of my favorite notes are ylang ylang, rose, orange blossom, and jasmine. And these are just, oh my god, you guys, this is, I have no words for how amazing this is. The base notes are going to be patchouli, incense, which you don't really smell. It kind of just gives it like a slight mysterious vibe. So patchouli, incense, sandalwood, and labdanum. I'm glad I gave this one another chance because this is absolutely amazing. It's like mind-blowingly good. I'm going to be wearing this one to dinner tonight. You can definitely smell the labdanum. I can never say that. Labdanum. You can definitely smell the labdanum. You can definitely smell the labdanum in this fragrance. It is very, very, very intense, very potent. It comes through about like towards the 3-minute mark. You can start to really, really smell it start to come through with that slight like incensey. But the florals, the way that the florals balance it, it's very exotic. It's very erotic, exotic. Like, let me spray this on myself. I want to smell this all night tonight and see how it wears, how it plays. But this one, I tend to lean more towards feminine fragrances, but this one's a true kind of middle ground because the labdanum, the incense, and like the base notes, like the sandalwood, definitely give it like a more masculine vibe. But then you have those like yellow and white floral kind of notes too. So it's a very interesting, unique fragrance. Totally gonna be like right in that middle ground. It's kind of sweet in a way. I think the orange blossom and the ylang ylang give it this like sweetness. This is just a fantastic, like I would not expect anything less from Fragrance Du Bois. I feel like Fragrance Du Bois really does have such a masterful, like the way that their fragrances smell. I own, I think 2 or 3 of the fragrances from Fragrance Du Bois, and the way that they smell is like rich. Like the way that they're blended, the way that they kind of play together is just very, very classy, very elegant, very timeless. So I will be bringing you guys with me to that class on Thursday, and I'm probably going to end up with either getting Cavallienterprisesllc or Oud June. Those are 2 that are, the Oud June is one that I really, really have wanted for a very long time. I just haven't pulled the trigger, but it's absolutely amazing. It's something that just smells so pretty to me. It's like very elegant, very refined, almost kind of like a queen perfume. So we'll see what I end up getting on Thursday. I'm excited to bring you guys with me. Again, thank you for being here. Love you guys. I hope this video was like somewhat helpful to you. I know I was kind of all over the place, but just wanted to get this video out for you guys. I know you were asking about men's fragrances, and so if you have any questions, of course, drop them in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time.